cowboy hat, country music, entertainment, the letter G. Yeah, let's talk about some Garth Brooks. Hi there, Scott Action Jackson here. Now I'm sure you're probably asking, oh, is this going to be about country music? Well, yeah, I mean, everyone likes certain music. Country just happens to be involved with one person I follow. To understand this, you gotta understand, I grew up listening to country music. My mother, Bonnie, she listened to Patsy Cline and Elvis. Although Elvis wasn't entirely country, but my Uncle Robert, who raised me like a dad, he was a fan of numerous country artists, including Hank Williams Sr., Hank Williams Jr. So growing up as a kid, listening to these artists singing, you kind of don't mind it. And then at one point, I think I was watching CMT, the Country Music Television Network. There was like so many music television networks back then. There was this guy named Garth Brooks. It got my curiosity, and eventually I got around to finding these 2 VHS tapes, one of which had like 2 music videos on it. The other one was one called This Is Garth Brooks. Once I watched through that, I hooked, line, and sinker. I'm in. I was wanting to watch more performances, listen to more of the music. With me still being young, I didn't really get that much. I mean, there was stuff on the radio, but around the time of the 90s, it was mostly Achy Breaky Heart and Cotton Eye Joe. Oh, God. Those were 2 country quotation songs that you just wanted to get out of your head. But with Garth Brooks songs, it can be more peaceful, fast, understandable, and relatable. When I got around to getting some of the Garth Brooks albums, it more or less started from places like Walmart. Some of the actual box sets with albums in them to catch up with the older stuff. I started watching as many VHS and TV concerts there were. I mean, I got the Double Live album when it first came out at Walmart, which I think was when had the first editions of it. And I think at that point forward, I kind of just got every Garth Brooks album at a Walmart, which usually had like an exclusive thing through them for a long, long while. I mean, I even got around to buying the holiday albums from Garth Brooks as well. And then when Garth Brooks tried the whole Chris Gaines thing, I enjoyed it as an alternative to country style. And that's the way I always saw it. I always saw it as a nice attempt at other styles of music for Garth Brooks. Sometime after this, Garth Brooks went into a retirement to raise his kids, which that's respectable, understandable to do that. When Garth came back, he came back with a gig in Vegas for a long while. This like one-man show, which to me seems a bit weird. I mean, it's nice to know some of this background and the influences of his music, but the fact that he was doing a majority of it by himself without a band is just odd. And I'm sure once the contract expired with that, and he knew he's still popular, he's still in. So after that, he actually started going back on the road, making more albums. I'm having to re-record this. This brings up a few things I have issues with. No, I'm not saying per se that these were all on Garth Brooks, or probably somebody close to him probably made these weird decisions. There was a DVD set that was made called The Entertainer, and these were supposed to have concerts. Actually, let me bring up the picture. I guess these were made to show how entertaining Garth Brooks can be, because obviously there is still an audience, a target audience out there for him. But these show off some of his older stuff before he retired for a while. The first disc was This Is Garth Brooks. Second disc, This Is Garth Brooks 2. Third disc, Live from Dublin. Disc 4, Live from Central Park. The fifth disc in it is Video Greatest Hits, which, when I watched it, I think it was mostly just music videos that he had from the time. But my major issue with these DVDs is that not all of them are the full concerts, which can be very upsetting. The Live from Dublin, I think, was, again, much like the This Is Garth Brooks disc, as close as we're going to get, because I think when they showed Live from Dublin on, I think, the CMT, it included, like, them inside of a studio performing some more. Now, of course, you don't get that on this DVD. And the biggest hit against this thing is Live from Central Park. Because anybody who had, or still has, the VHS of Live from Central Park, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's missing songs, it's missing guest appearances. It's edited. And that's something I'm upset about, because we have Queen concerts out there on DVD and Blu-ray where they are full concerts. Yet, for Garth Brooks, all we can do is DVD and edited concerts. Who the hell is making these shit-ass decisions? I heard that a lot of these sold, so obviously they're not going to learn their lesson. But still, if they sold so many, this is one of many reasons why I wonder why. Why don't they release more of his concerts on DVD? Now, I think one of his Vegas performances was put on a DVD in one of the collector's boxes. But aside from that, no, there hasn't. So the question is why? Is the issue with the guests that show up and perform with him? Is the issue with some of the other band members that aren't around anymore? I mean, I know I can probably find, like, some bootleg DVDs. I mean, even though I took my VHS and made a DVD of it. But yeah, I like the idea of them actually having a set where you can actually have these concerts in one set. I love that idea. I just hate the fact that when they did it, it was edited. But man, if they did that, if they tried to make, like, a DVD and Blu-ray set with just all the live concerts he's done, all the ones that were televised and filmed in whichever way possible by the professional by professional crew, not just fan cams. I mean, it would be awesome. The second thing I have an issue with was the Legacy Collection. This was released in this weird kiosk thing where it had, like, I think, like, maybe five different versions. Because I think I got pictures of 3 different versions. Well, kind of 4. There was a limited edition, remix, remastered, original, analog. I think I was lucky enough to get the limited edition. I think it was either that or the original analog, because it's like I don't think it really mattered that much to me. I mean, it's nice to have the limited edition, but having, like, so many versions is ridiculous. I mean, I know with the Garth Brooks Double Live, they had so many different cover arts, and they had first edition ones. But at least I was able to get one of these that had the actual vinyl albums in them, including a triple live. A triple live. What I find weird is that more recently, Garth Brooks has announced that there's going to be an actual triple live with multiple covers, which is going to be called Triple Live Deluxe. You know what? There is one last issue I have. And when I say issue, I mean issue. They released this great idea called Garth Brooks, The Anthology, Part 1. The first 5 years. This has studio recordings of them first attempting their songs and the first full recordings of their songs and their practices and stuff. And a book where you can read up about their journey on their first 5 years. This was great. This was absolutely great. And while time passed, they announced there was going to be another one. Awesome. What wasn't? Part 3. Oh. Garth Brooks, The Anthology, Part 3. Excuse me here. Somebody has an issue counting Part 1, Part 3. There's something missing here. So, with all these things that are off and kind of wrong, does Garth even fully know about this stuff? Because I swear, it's like, man, if he knew about this, he would probably be talking to some people. Because this is just ridiculous. Now, I know originally I came in here just to try and talk about, some of my favorite music I like to listen to, which is, technically, Garth is the only country artist I listen to. Really. The only one I listen to and follow. At least as much as possible. But, it's not the only music I listen to. I listen to other music as well. I mean, I listen to some AC/DC. I listen to Queen. I mean, I have soundtracks with different artists from different movies. I have musical soundtracks like Wicked and Rent. There's all kinds of different artists I listen to. I mean, I even listen to the Monkees. I don't know, maybe I could try and attempt a video about the Monkees. Because I've listened to the Monkees longer than Garth Brooks, but that's probably another story for another time. But yeah, this is just me sharing a bit of my life with the people out there. That's all. Hey, if you're a fan of Garth Brooks, go ahead and chime in if you want. I mean, if you enjoy some random music like I do, if you enjoy a little bit of AC/DC, a little bit of Queen, even if you enjoy the Monkees that were, go ahead and leave a comment and share your memories of your favorite music down below.